Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. Wanted to get on here today with a skincare update. It hasn't really been that long since I've done one of these, but so much has changed. If you go back to my last skincare update, I was not able to use tretinoin because of my eyes. It was causing severe problems with my eyes. I found a way to use my vitamin A products. I've just changed a lot. So we're gonna do my morning skincare right now, and then tonight we'll do a get unready with me. And I'm gonna jump right into this. I've already cleansed my face, and I'll show you what I do in the morning. In the morning, I usually don't use a cleanser. I usually use a manual exfoliant. And my favorites are the Clinique 7-Day Scrub and the Zio Skin Health Exfoliating Polish. Either one of these. I like either one of these. I'm loving the Zio line, but I'll use either one of these. Today I used the Zio. These are both very fine granules that I feel like are very gentle on my skin, but really get that dead skin off. If I do use a cleanser in the morning, I use my Zio Skin Health Exfoliating Cleanser. I really love this because it's nice and rich, and it's got these little exfoliating beads that I don't feel like exfoliate anything, but it does have some soft little beads in there, and this is so rich and feels so good. Does not strip my skin at all. I also like the Burt's Bees Gentle Foaming Cleanser. I really love this. This has been a favorite for about a year. So I'll use either one of these and love them. Okay, my next step, of course, is a toner. And here I either use a normal toner or an acid toner. If I use an acid toner, I'm going to use the Zio Skin Health Complexion Renewal Pads. I've used these for about a month and a half, and I like them. They don't feel necessarily all that strong, so I haven't decided if these are worth the price, but I did repurchase once. My strongest acid that I can use in the morning is the Tarte Knockout Tingling Treatment. This is nice and strong, has several kinds of acids, so I like either one of these. More often than not, I just use a normal toner. And my favorites are the Thayer's Facial Toner in Rose. I love this. This is probably what I use more than anything. And I love the Ordinary Glycolic Acid, 7%. I don't really consider this much of an acid though. It just makes my skin feel clean and awake and refreshed. So I do love this, but I don't really consider that my acid for the day. So today I think we're gonna use my Thayer's Rose. And I always try, on my forehead I'm going up. I kind of go in circles, but kind of in an upward stroke and going up on my forehead. Don't want to be dragging that down. Okay, then after my toner, for the last couple of months, I've been using an essence. And I am not sure if these work or not, but I like this step. And this one was inexpensive. I heard about this on Pensmith Skincare. And this is supposed to be a dupe for the SK2. These have galactomyces, which is fermentation. It's supposed to brighten the skin. I don't use this honestly enough to know whether it works or not. And I'm gonna recommit to using this every day. I would say I've been using this about half the time. And an essence is supposed to, it comes after the toner, and it's supposed to prep the skin for future skincare. I don't know if it does that. I'm just hoping it brightens the skin. And I like to shake some into my hand and then pat it all over my face, or you can use cotton and do that. I like to pat it all over my face, so I'm gonna do that. Just rub my hands together, getting it everywhere, and then I'm just gonna pat this on my face. It is a nice refreshing step, and I like it. So I probably will keep this step in here through a couple of bottles of this. I've been tempted by the SK2. I just can't pull the trigger. It's a couple of $100. Oh. And then, yeah, I'm just not sure. So, brighten that skin up. And then I'm gonna get used to, I would fan myself, you know, with my hands and just kind of let it dry. Now I get my little Diva fan and I'm gonna fan that. Okay, the next thing I do is a retinol. Vitamin A is not stable in the sunlight, so of course it would be better to do this at night. I cannot. I can't because it hurts my eyes. I tried for 2 years. I cannot do it at night. So I have started doing it in the morning. It doesn't get in my eyes, doesn't disturb my makeup, and I love it. I've been on it for probably a couple of months now, and I've been able to get back on my beloved tretinoin. I've gone to a 0.05. So if you have trouble using this at night, if you have sensitive eyes, try doing anything active that you did at night during the day. It's been a game changer. Okay, before I use this, I ask myself, how does my skin feel? How do my eyes feel? If my skin feels overly dry, or for me, my eyes, if my eyes feel dry, I just do tiny dashes of this. I will pull it up, I will squeeze it up to the top, hold on, where it's like that. It's just at the surface of the tube, and then I just touch my finger onto the top of that 3 times. So I get that much less than a pea size. So if my eyes feel dry that day, this is not going to do a lot of damage to my eyes. It's not going to dry them out any worse. It's not going to dry my skin out. But I will put these 3 little dots. I'll put it here on both sides of my forehead. And it's barely any, but it is enough that I'll get some of the benefit. Then I'll put this one right here in the center. And it's just so little, but I do get benefit from it. And then this one, I've got one left, and I'm going to go on the tops of my cheeks. So it can kind of work its way up and work on my under eye area, but I don't intentionally put it anywhere near my eyes. And if you want to know what tretinoin did to dry my eyes out and how I figured it out, go back to past videos. I'll link those down below. If you're having dry eye problems, chronic, and you're on tretinoin, you kind of have to look at this. I talked to my doctor about it. Okay, I'm putting a couple of more little dots. We're still well below a pea. And then I'm putting it back here by my ear where my face would fall from. And behind. And on my ears. Melissa 55 is always saying, don't forget your ears. Yeah, don't forget your ears. But that would be on a day off from tretinoin. I could use that much every single day and never take a day completely off. So I usually do that. I'll see, how do my eyes feel? If they feel perfect, I'll do a full pea size all over my face. And I would say I do a full pea size every other day, every 2 days maybe. On the days when I just do, just little spot treatments, I also use a really good retinol. And that's going to be either the DRMTLGY Retinol Complex 0.5. This is a 0.5, but it's nice and active. I know that because I used it on my neck. And it felt as active as this Zeo Skin Health, which I also love, Radical Night Repair. This is a 1%. This is strange though. If you pick this up, you're not going to feel a lot of activity with this. You'll put it on, and a couple of days later, you might feel something. If you use 3 to 5 pumps of this, though, you'll get a massive shed. But anyway, I use one of these on my face and neck. Today, I think I'm going to use the DRMTLGY all over the rest of my face. Everywhere I did not put my Retin, my tretinoin, I'm going to put this on the rest of my face. It has a nice slip to it. Spreads really easy. And I'm putting this on my cheeks, my nose, around my mouth. And I'm even putting some of this, I'm layering this over my tretinoin. Because I use so little of it today, I want, a little bit extra. I want some good vitamin A. Okay, then I'm going to put the residue on my neck. I'm so careful down here, y'all. It's so irritated. I keep my neck irritated with this stuff. But these are both nice and active. Okay, then after I put on my Retin A or my Retinol, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a good at least 15 minutes, sometimes 15 to 30 minutes. I just like to give that a good chance to really soak in. So I'm going to go get some coffee, read a little bit, and I will be back to finish this. Where's my coffee? All right, my next step is going to be something that I heard about on Penn Smith Skincare, and that is this tranexamic acid, 5%. I'm so shocked how much I love this. This is for hyperpigmentation. It's supposed to really get hyperpigmentation under control. And this is a 5% tranexamic acid, and I heard on Penn Smith Skincare, the studies on this is comparable to a 3% hydroquinone, which is amazing. That's almost prescription strength. A 4% is prescription strength, and that gave me mannequin skin. And I've been on this, I've used over half of this bottle. I will repurchase. I have a lot of freckling naturally, and I love this. Okay, the dropper has that much in it, and that's all I need for my whole face. And I just use this on my cheeks. You know, anywhere you have spotting. Well, I guess I spread it to my forehead too. It's very thin, it soaks right in, and I just kind of pat that in. I love that. Okay, my next step is the serum, and these are kind of just icing on the cake. They're extras, and if I'm in a hurry, I'll leave these off, but I don't like to. It's one of my favorite steps because these are just serums that I picked up because they're like a spa. They feel good to put on my face, but not a lot of proven research on them. I have several that I love, starting with these Lancome serums. I love these. I've used these since my 20s. I love the Visionaire. I already have a backup of that. The Lancome Genifique, I love either one of those. I love the Ulla Henriksen Truth Serum. It's collagen and vitamin C. I don't know that I'll replace this. I love the scent and the feel of this, but it doesn't disclose, they don't disclose how much vitamin C is in this. I get another, better vitamin C other places. And collagen is too big of a cell to go into your skin, to the deeper layers. So this is sheerly fluff for the smell and the feel, I think. I could use the ordinary resveratrol 3%. Most days I will use the niacinamide 10% by the ordinary. This is pretty daily. I will do this most days after my tranexamic acid, most days, but not all days. On days I'm in a hurry, that might get left off. Okay, and for my serums today, I'm going to use the niacinamide. I would say I use this 90% of the time. I'm going to use my niacinamide, and I'm going to use, I think I'll use my Ulla Henriksen Truth Serum because I'm trying to use it up. So I'm going to use this, and then, why not? We'll also use the Lancome Visionaire. So I'll use 3 this morning. Sometimes I'll use none, sometimes I'll just use 1, which would probably be the niacinamide, 2, whatever I want, whatever I'm in the mood for. The more of these I use, the less moisturizer I will use later. So I'm going to use 3 today. These are all really light and very nice. I'm going to put the niacinamide, and I'm going to put about a half a dropper, and then I'm going to mix these because I like this step to go, a little bit faster. So I just mix all of these together. And I do 2 pumps of the Visionaire. I love the Visionaire. I think it just really gives my skin a really pretty luminosity. And then I'm just rubbing all those together, and I'll pat them on my face. That is one of my favorite steps. I love serums. Sometimes I just leave that step out when I get in a hurry, but I do love them. Okay, at this point I ask myself, do I need an acid? Have I already used an acid? Today I have not already used an acid, so I'm going to add an acid in, and that's always going to be my Obagi Exfoderm Forte, which is my baby. This is my beloved, or another beloved, the ordinary lactic acid. I love both of these. Now this is thin, so if I was going to use this, I would need to have used it back before my retinol. But in my mind, I already knew I was using this. If I was going to use this, it's thinner. Skincare always goes thinnest to thickest, so I would have put this up before my tretinoin, which I kind of don't like to do. It's kind of made where I'm not using this as much. So I'm going to put on my Exfoderm Forte. This is a blend of several kinds of acids. I'll put right here. I just love it. It always makes my skin active, and I've used this for over 2 years. I get that much. And I'm going to put this on. I decide if I'm going to use a moisturizer that day, and I'll use one of 2. I'll use the Lysate, which is an old favorite of mine at this point. I've had this several years. Heard about this on Wayne Gauze. A lot of makeup artists have this in their kits. It can be used as a moisturizer, a primer, I think even a cleansing cream. This has emollient oil, a combination of natural active ingredients, shea butter, beeswax, and aloe vera, and soy proteins. I love the thought of aloe vera, and this makes my skin glow beautifully, just a beautiful luminosity. I use this most on days when I don't use a lot of serums and in the wintertime. Now we're coming up on summer, so I won't use a lot of this till next winter, except on my neck. And then I also have the Dermatology Soothe and Recovery Cream, and they sent this to me when they sent me the Retinol. This has a lot of things in it that I love. One of those being bisabolol, which helps with inflammation. And since I'm using a tretinoin on my face, I like the idea of this. That's what this is for. It's to help inflammation, moisture for when you use retinols on your face. So this is perfect. It's formulated for that, and I love the feel of it. So I'm going to use this on my face today, but again, as summer and the heat picks up, if this feels too heavy, I'll just use it on my neck. I love it a lot. If you're dry, either one of these are great moisturizers. I love them both. And I love the ingredients in both. This one's just a little bit lighter. And I think I'll be able to wear this all summer. I'll keep y'all posted. But it gets hot here in Texas. Like, we're over 100 some days already. Pat that in. And then I think I'll use the Lysate on my neck because it's heavier. So I'm going to use the Lysate on my neck. Alright, and I'm going to let that soak in for a little bit, and then we will decide what SPFs we're going to use. You don't have to pause between each step. I do, and when I'm not in a hurry. If I'm in a hurry, I just slap it all on and go. But if I have time, I like to wait between each step. I usually am doing a Bible study at this time, and I'll read a verse, do a step, read a verse, do a step. It's one of my favorite parts of the day. I love it, but we're just going to wait for a minute, let some of that tacky dry down. Alright, for SPF, I have two. Again, one from Dermatology. This was my first product I ever bought from Dermatology, and it made me fall in love with the line. Heard about this on Pensmith Skincare, and I love it. This has great ingredients in it, and this is really why I quit using my niacinamide so much, because this also has niacinamide in it, so I can cut out that other step. This cuts out UVA, UVB, and the harmful rays that come from blue lights from your phone and your computer. It's got zinc oxide. This is anti-aging, and I love this. I don't use this, however, don't use this on my face every day because I'm so used to something light. So if I'm leaving the house, this goes all over. It goes all over my face, it goes all over my neck, even sometimes on my hands and stuff. But it's so hot here and I'm not dry at all. So most days when I'm just staying home, I use my Nivea Sun Protect Water Gel because this is so light. And I'm used to that on my face. It's just light. And I love that. I love it on my face. How many times can I say I love it? I love it. It doesn't make me feel like I'm adding anything extra. So that is, when I'm staying home, what I still use on my face every day. This Dermatology goes on my neck every single day because, you know, our necks, it's the first thing to show signs of aging, and it needs all the moisture it can get. And then if I'm going outside at all, this is on my face as well. But today, I'm staying home. I'm going to use the Nivea on my face. I'm going to use this on my neck. So I'm going to put the Nivea on my face. Oh, I love that. It just is so thin. And it soaks in. 2 full pumps will soak in so fast. Y'all are probably like, yeah, girl, I know. We've heard you talk about that 5 million times. But I love it. I love it so much. Okay, then I'm going to, work the residue down on my neck, back of my hands, and up my arms. And then I'm going in with my Dermatology. They also have this in a tinted that people love. And I like it a lot. But I just normally pick up the regular untinted and I do 2 pumps of that. That has more of a sunscreen feel to it. I haven't noticed a white cast, but I don't go straight over and do my makeup. By the time I get over there, any white cast is gone, but I don't think it has a white cast. And do not forget your ears. Get up on your ears real good. Get around my little headphone. And I like to do everything on the back of my neck. I haven't mentioned that, but I'm running almost everything that goes on my neck to the back of my neck, where, you know, that can get neglected and things fall from the back. Well, I don't know that, but that's what I think. All right, and then I'm pretty tacky, but it will all soak in by the time I do my makeup. I'm gonna fan myself a little. Okay, and that is my morning skincare, and I know that's a lot. The bulk of my skincare is in the morning, because at nighttime will be so fast, y'all. The morning, yes, it's an extravaganza, and I love it. So y'all have a great day. I'm gonna go put on my makeup and have my day. Okay, y'all, it is time to take off my makeup, and I'm going to start with a double cleanse. And I am using the Hada Labo cleansing oil. I also like the Burt's Bees, but this was what I could find at the time. It's real easy to get my hands on. And I like this. It doesn't have a fragrance, gets everything off. And then I'm using my Zeo Skin Health exfoliating cleanser. And I'm just really liking this. This is nice and rich. Both of these will get everything off without stripping my skin. I also, again, like a Burt's Bees cleanser. And I have it, and I think it's in the shower. And it also doesn't strip my skin. But these are the ones I'm using tonight. So I'm going to go and do my double cleanse. Okay, next I'm going to go in with my toner, and I'm using my Thayer's facial toner in Rose. And I never skip the toner, never, because I live in an oil town where fracking is prevalent and our water is terrible. So a toner is a must for me always. I never miss this because it really removes the impurities of my actual water. So it returns the balance to my skin, but I never miss my toner. Okay, next I go in with a new product, new to me. I've had this about a week. And this is a growth factor serum. I used the Zeo before this, but it did not last any time, like maybe 3 weeks to a month. And it was expensive, so I'm trying this Osmosis. Heard about this on Graceful Beauty. I'm excited to have this. I hope it lasts longer than 3 weeks to a month. So I just use a pump of this. It's clear, and it soaks right in. So I put this on as my first step. And I love the idea of a growth factor. They're just supposed to be so good. There's a lot of good research on growth factors. So I like that step. Okay, then after that, I'm going to put on my vitamin C, E, and ferulic. And I try other things, but I always come back to the Timeless. Always. And I just love this. So I do this step at night. I do give this a minute to soak in, but it's already almost soaked in. The growth factor is almost soaked in. So I'll wait just a few seconds, and then I'll put on my vitamin C. And I put on a full dropper of that all over my face and neck. Then I'm going to fan a little bit of that tacky away. I love my little handheld fan for skincare. I use that all the time. Okay, and then a lot of nights I'll stop right there. Those are my non-negotiables that I want to do every single night. If I want some extra, many nights I will just go ahead and just keep on adding just because I like my skincare. But I could stop there. The next thing I'm going to put on is my Time Revolution Night Repair. Heard about this from Pensma Skincare, and this is a dupe for the Advanced Night Repair by Estee Lauder. It looks like it smells like it, and I love this. And I just put on a full dropper. And I'll link this. I got it on Walmart.com. It smells like it. It looks like it. This probably will replace my Lancome Genifique. The first ingredient in this is the same ingredient that's in Advanced Night Repair and Genifique. I'll put it right here. I never can remember the name of it. It's a fermented product that's supposed to be great for your skin. And then I'm going to follow that up. Sometimes I'll do the CosRx Snail Mucin. This is an essence, so I could put this before the night repair. I could put it now. It's a little bit thicker. And I do 2 pumps of this. And this is slimy, like Snail Mucin. It's kind of stringy and slimy, but I like it. It's supposed to be real. Snail Mucin's supposed to be good for the skin. And then if I want a moisturizer, which is not always, I mostly use moisture in the wintertime. But if I want moisture, this is a really nice one. It's the Elastin Ultra Nourishing Moisturizer. And this brand is one of Stephanie Kappel's favorites, a dermatologist out of California that I really like. This has a lot of peptides and ceramides and a lot of good stuff, and it's not too heavy. It's kind of a mid-weight moisturizer, but it soaks right in. I just get 1 pump of that. And this just is so good. This just has so many good ingredients in it, so I like to put it. And then the last thing I have is an eye cream. And I have a new one by Lancome, and this is the Visionaire U. And this is only my second time to use this, and I get a fraction of a pump of this. It does not take much. And pat that in around the eye area. And I'll keep y'all posted on that, on this one. I don't know much about it yet. Okay, and that is all my skincare. Again, the only 2 things that are indispensable to me, I do them every night, is the Growth Serum and the C. All the serums and everything else is just bonus, just added because I like to add them sometimes. And that is my nighttime skincare, and that is all I have for you. So anyway, y'all let me know your favorite skincare products down below so that we can all pick those up and love them with you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave comments and questions down below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day. Bye.